Hi, so today I'm going to talk to you about self-esteem and the importance of it and how we are able to increase our own self-esteem. So if you feel that you yourself or you know somebody is not fully resting in 100% self-esteem, then you absolutely must stay and watch all of this, because I'm going to not just talk to you about what it is, I'm going to show you how that you can get your self-esteem where it naturally should be. So before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe and do share, and of course if you've got any comments, that'd be great, and absolutely subscribe. Please share it with all your friends. And at the end of today, I'm going to share with you our 2019 exciting news, which is not that far away from now. So do stay to the end and I will tell you all about that. Okay, this show will transform your life from the inside out, because who doesn't want to live a fulfilling and happy life? Welcome to the Kirsty Show. Let's dive into what self-esteem is and how you increase your self-esteem. So unfortunately, I see this a lot. I think that a lot of people have the impression that self-esteem is based on, like things on the outside of us, like our self-image, our belongings, our job, our title, who we're married to, how we're married to, like where we fit in society, like things that are objective to us really. And a lot of emphasis these days is kind of like related to we've got to get things to feel like we're worthy, etc. And actually this is really back to front, because self-esteem rests again from pure consciousness, and it is one of your natural states. And the only reason that someone doesn't have self-esteem is because they've started to identify with negative beliefs and thoughts, which are what people think is their reality. And they're identifying to all these thoughts every single day, because 90% of what we think today, we're going to think tomorrow. So unfortunately, what happens is that starts to create what you think is your reality, because every day you're kind of thinking the same things. Now, if they're upward spiraling and positive, then that's great. But a lot of people's aren't. They're critical, they're judgmental, they're negative, and they're really quite exhausting. And so therefore people every day, 90% of what we thought yesterday, we're going to think today. So therefore they start to believe that's who they are. The truth is that when you are resting in full self-esteem, what happens is that limitation is dissolved. So things become possible, human potential. You feel more alive, more energy. You also, struggles seem to disappear, because challenges are no longer seen as a nightmare. They're seen as just a situation that you'll just get over or round or whatever, but there'll be a solution. There's no panic to it. Stress seems to decrease, and you see the world differently. So you see the world as opportunities and magic rather than challenges and nightmare. And so perspective shifts, and so what we put our attention on, we create, and what happens, we start to have a more fulfilling life, a more content life, a more exciting life, because we're not drowning in what we think is us not being enough. And really your self-esteem is really your view of yourself, right? It's how you see yourself. But most people are listening to this inner critic that's going, you're not enough, you're not beautiful enough, you haven't got enough, you're not kind enough, you're not healthy enough, you're just not enough. And unfortunately, the more someone focuses on that, the more that it tends to feel like it's who they are. So what we need to remember is that our natural state is total conscious awareness, which is pure, which is unconditional love, which is abundance, which is everything you could possibly want. And if we're not feeling that, it's because we've started to listen to this thinking. We've started to go off into thoughts, into the negative past or future thought, whatever it may be. So these are things you need to remember, and what you need to ask yourself. That you are 100% fearless in the face of any challenges. So in any challenges, you are fearless. And you just tell yourself that, because life is, what perspective or what meaning we give to things really changes everything. So if you've got a meaning to a challenge that's a nightmare, it's the end of the world, then it's obviously going to be struggles, it's going to be hard. But if you go, right, it's just a challenge, cool, this is exciting, let's see what we can create and move through this, then suddenly everything changes. You are so unbelievably powerful as a human being. And the thing is that we give our powers away to the egoic mind, and we shrink ourselves into what we think is things are not possible, and it's not true. You're amazing. Like, you are amazing. You have everything that you need already right inside of you. This is not an outside job. This is an inside job. This is about going inwards and starting to recognize your own inner power, right? So second thing then is that you are totally independent to the good or bad opinions of others. Actually, no one can harm you ever. No one can hurt you. What happens is someone says something and then we take that thing and then we start regurgitating it, and that's what causes the physical, like emotional, like pain, is us taking what someone said and then regurgitating it and dissecting it, and it makes us feel like we're not enough again, or, you know, there's something missing in life. But actually, no matter what someone says to you, they can't harm you. It's you that takes what they've said and makes it personal. I'm probably going to do a video, I will do a video on this, but it's called the mirror effect. And actually, just a little insight, what you need to remember is when someone is verbally outward, like having an opinion that's quite aggressive and, I don't know, just harsh, what you've got to remember is that people that project like that are projecting their own inner discord within themselves. They're just trying to put it on some object or person on the outside of them, so they don't have to deal with it. And probably because they're not even aware, to be honest. So don't take things personally. You've got the choice of how you, of what, you know what you do from this moment onwards, actually. Like, no matter who it is, like if someone's going rah at you, like, okay, it's not pleasant, but you have a choice of what you do with that information. You can choose to just ignore it and not take it and dissect it and make yourself feel rubbish. It's such a power tool, this. When you take charge of what you process in yourself, you change how you feel, you know? So don't take what other people are saying personally. Remember that they're human too and they've got stuff going on. And just make a choice to, like, remember, put your attention on what an amazing person you are. Okay, and then finally, that you are never ever any less than anyone else. Nobody is. We're equals. The whole human race is equal. So remember that, even if somebody's like stomping around in a suit and, I don't know, they seemingly have a presence of success, cool, great, but they're no less a human being than you. We're all equal, all the time. So I suggest you work on these three things if you feel that any of those are pressed into your buttons, because they're really important. And you know what? Like, when you own your inner self-worth, like, what happens is anything becomes possible, right? And what you start to do is you start to rest more in pure consciousness and less here. Because this is where suffering is, this is where creation and magic is. So remember, self-esteem is not an external thing, it's an internal job. It's how you view yourself. And you know what? You are the person that needs to view yourself as being amazing, because there's no one else can do that job, only you. And it's not being like overinflated, like show-offy, or whatever the word is. It's completely and utterly common sense. And do you know, people that are successful and happy and fulfilled, do you think they walk around like thinking they're lesser person of someone, think that they take everything people say personally? No, they like completely own their own inner power. It's not being horrible to the people, it's realizing, you know, that you are totally and utterly worth having self-worth, because that's your natural state. So go get it. Go get it. Yeah? All right. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe and, you know, do comment and like or dislike, whatever, and share, obviously. And on to the next point. So I've got coming out in 2019 a course on anxiety and on stress. So to eliminate those things, because who doesn't want to go into 2019? No one wants to go in stressed. So this course is going to be over Facebook. I've popped a link below. Just click it, put your details in, then we'll contact you as and when it's about to start. It's over 5 days on Facebook. It's like an hour a session. Totally free. Share it with anybody you know. Otherwise, you go and own that self-worth, just go and grab it. You totally and utterly self-esteem, go and grab it. It's yours. All right, have a wonderful day.